The elf was Kunari.
And the dwarf has no beard. I know, it made no sense to me either. Maybe they cut her horns off.
The Kunari are not a race. They are a religion. What I don't understand is why a Kunari agent would try to kill one of her own people. And why involve the champion?
Excellent questions.
I expect answers to match.
I live to please.
You're angry, aren't you? Look on the bright side. The Duke didn't have us killed. That's gotta be worth something, right? Unless he has something worse planned.
Why wait for the Duke? I can end this now.
I don't suppose you'd let me take my chances.
Give you an option to make up your own mind? Who does that?
Touché.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't.
I am sorry. This didn't work out like I'd planned. Obviously.
What was your plan exactly?
The one I expected to find is named Salit, a member of the Ben Hasrath, the Heart of the Many. I was told he's here to sell secrets to the Orlesians, and I came to stop him. I suppose I was misinformed.
So everything you told me was a lie?
Not everything.
So I just missed the part where you're one of the people I drove out of Kirkwall.
You don't need horns to embrace the Qun. What you need is a purpose, a belief in unity, in improving the lot, not only for your own people, but for everyone.
You're right. I can think of many people who would be improved by the loss of a head.
You're joking, but you're also right. That doesn't mean it's the solution for everyone.
So everyone else just loses a foot? Maybe a big toe?
Being Qunari doesn't automatically mean you're a zealot. Most Qunari don't even understand humans, why you act like you do. But I grew up among you. I understand perfectly well.
Wait, aren't you here to kill someone for the Qunari?
I never said I was killing him for the Qunari.
So you're improving his lot? Perhaps repeatedly?
I know it's not easy to understand. After what the Aeroshock did, I hardly blame you. But just tell me, can you honestly say there's nothing to improve? Nothing to strive for? We believe in striving together. We may stumble, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try.
I don't disagree.
It's who I am. I joined the Ben Hasrath because I felt it meant something. Means something.
You sound like you're trying to convince yourself.
It's been a long time since I talked to anyone about it. I suppose it's not really a prison cell conversation.
So you came here to stop this elite from betraying your people?
You probably won't believe me, but this isn't a political mission. It's personal.
What do you mean?
Salit was my best Rathari, the one who recruited me into the Ben Hasrath. My tutor. He's the one who saw my potential, convinced me that I could make a difference. It doesn't matter now.
But you said he was selling secrets.
He is. Or at least he intends to. One last act of defiance. I can't let him do that. Not when he'll hurt so many others in the process.
You mean he'll hurt other Qunari?
Not every Qunari is a soldier, you know. There are tens of thousands of farmers, artisans, craftsmen. People who have never hurt anyone. People whose only crime is living. They don't deserve what he's going to do to them. But it's more than my duty to stop Salit. It is my moral obligation.
You mentioned the Heart of the Many before, but you said it was the name of the jewel.
It's also what Ben Hasrith means. Some people say we're enforcers, that keep the Qunari in line, but that's not it. It's hard to explain.
Try.
We're the soul of the Qun. We keep its spirit alive and protect it, from both outside and from within. Not every Qunari agrees, nor do they always do what is best for all. The Ben Hasrith remind us of our common goal.
That sounds like something the Qunari would really like everyone to believe.
It's not always meant to end in violence. There are other paths. They do not all need to lead to the same destination. I probably don't sound very convincing.
The way you're talking, it sounds like you're one of these Ben Hasrath.
I am, or I was. Whether I ever am again, I guess that remains to be seen.
Is that why you're here? To redeem yourself?
Not to them. Doubt is the path one walks to reach faith. To leave the path is to embrace blindness and abandon hope.
Another Qunari proverb?
She who swallows wisdom in tiny chunks avoids choking.
So did you really involve me just because I had an invitation?
You were the only one on the invitation list who wasn't a personal friend of the Montfort family. And you're also the champion of Kirkwall, and a Ferelden with no reason to love Orlais.
And what was going to happen when all this was over?
I thank you, we go our separate ways.
Really? I wouldn't notice a thing?
Truth? You're not exactly what I was expecting. I've heard a few stories about you. They don't quite do you justice. Perhaps if I'd done my homework, I would have known more about you, given you the respect you deserve. Nothing I could do about it now.
I suppose the good news is, with all this extra time, I can learn to knit.
Could you make me a sweater?
No.
The first order of business is getting out of here before His Grace decides we would taste good in the soup. Or whatever he has planned. Any ideas?
Oh, I'm sure the others will be along any minute now.
Did we turn left last time or right?
What does it matter? Lost is lost.
I'm trying to change that, you sour. Oh, how does Hawk put up with this?
That's it. I'm officially tired of waiting to be rescued.
Why didn't you just do that before?
You said your friends were coming.
Hawk! I should have known you'd be all right.
Let's go.
So, back through the castle then?
There's a better way than fighting through the Duke's entire army. I'll show you.
We found your equipment, at least.
Then we should head for the caves. That's the way out I planned to take us through originally. Unless you want to carve your way out through the Duke's army.
We'll see.
Just watch yourself, Talus.
It's up to you which way you want to go, Hawk. I'll help you either way.
Maker, save me. I'll die in this place.
Any more for me?
And Roste bless you.
Please help me, my lady.
I think that constitutes an alarm. Expect a swarm.
And look at the bright side. They'd get stuck trying to squeeze between the walls.
Is it usual for statues to smell as much like bilge water?
We'll probably never know how this came to be here. Look at this, Hawk. I think these are landmarks scratched on the back. A map of some sort?
See? Caves. Just like I said.
Are you sure this goes somewhere? Other than down?
Yes. Sort of. I stole old plans from the Fourth Blight. This was a retreat, they called it. At any rate, there's an exit that leads out onto the mountainside. That's your way out.
Done with my hospitality already, are we? Such a shame.
It's not that we don't appreciate the accommodations, but you know how it is.
Alas, it's too soon for my guests to leave. You will miss the main event.
I could live with that.
No, I am afraid you couldn't.
Just let her go, Prosper. It's me you want.
What I want is to ensure you cannot further hinder my plans. Do your job and kill them, Jason. Is that not why I keep you around?
That is it. Hold them. I'm releasing the pets.
getting out this way now?
We could try bashing our way through.
Doubt it.
We'll have to go back down and through the caves I mentioned before. Although I wonder why the Duke's bodyguard ran off like that.
Perhaps he forgot to pee.
I suppose we'll find out soon enough.
What the?
Step in something.
This record. The sketch is rough, but it's my family crest. Not Hendir. Znak, my father's house. Says it was a prisoner's tattoo. He was caught with wounds already suffered, trying to stow away on a caravan. No one recognized the mark or the man, and he died of gangrene in his cell. He carried a hidden purse, but it was empty.
Your father was exiled, wasn't he? Is this related?
That's the thing, it can't be. This report, it's old, but the date is still years after Father and I went to Ferelden. No one carried his crest after he was exiled. That's all it says. I want another look at those cells. Maybe there's, I don't know, something. Is it usual for statues to smell as much like bilge water? There. A mark.
What? That scribble?
On the stone crested with feces? As though intended to ward off any sane human?
Couple of princesses. That's why it's still here. That, and no one was looking. For it.
Don't keep us in suspense.
It's a bottle of smoke. A small, black vial.
Oh, crackers.
There's something inside.
Maybe you should be careful with that.
A paper. And a ring. With the crest.
Don't!
bloody breath of the Maker was that?
Black vial, a phylactery of sorts. Turn up in the strangest places.
Someone just leaves those around.
Demon hunters, apparently. Maybe someone else found out how they do whatever it is they do.
Well, I hope we've all learned a valuable lesson about found glassware. Aveline?
Father never had such a ring. And the paper. It's some spell poetry gibberish. But on the back... Death protect this missive. All marks killed. The grand game continues. Beneath Delac. The She of the Red.
Don't look at me. I'm not from here.
Anything on the poetic side of the note that you recognize?
Some free-form drivel about binding, honestly. Does magic need this kind of weak verse?
Limericks are less potent, so I've heard.
Regardless, it's odd such a thing would carry a note between conspirators. Not exactly casual security.
You've no idea who the other part is referring to?
None.
Does the hair run in your family?
I wouldn't know. Does Nosy run in yours?
It does sound like this was ordered by someone with your name.
We were years in Ferelden by then, and we lived poor. He left that life behind.
Why? Seems like an important detail.
Orlais has a game. He wouldn't play it. I never cared to ask further.
That's not a very satisfying answer, Aveline.
I know. I'm sorry. It's all I have.
Doesn't sound like you want to hunt this ghost.
Not particularly hard to read, am I? I'll make some inquiries when we're done. But I can't imagine Orlais will leap to the cause. I kind of hope... Well, never mind. First things first.
Got everything from the chateau? The way those rocks look,